I'm all fish. You got to make. I mean, you eat in restaurants like I do, you've got to talk to restaurant people. Michael Psilakis joins us, one of New York's great restaurateurs. So it'll be great. We got a data check coming up. This is a special treat, folks. I go into the fish market. I'm going, how do restaurants make money? We're going to talk to one of the nation's great restaurateurs about his new fish store. We'll have more. It's Surveillance Midday. And I'm reading a book. This is great. We're going to skip the data check. Not that much going on. This is must watch. This is the real deal. I think I'll open a restaurant someday. Those that can do, those that can't wear bow ties. Let's bring him in now right away. Michael Psilakis with us, Greek restaurateur, the New Yorker magazine. He is the Mario Batali of the Greek American cuisine. Victor, look at this photo. He wanted him to wear this on set. I mean, this is just too much.
This is
like next time he'll wear that. And here is the book, How to Roast Lamb. What's the number one thing I get wrong and my viewers get wrong about Greek cooking? We do stupid stuff when we think Greek cooking. What's the stereotype we get wrong?
You know, I think that with Greek food, I think most people think that it's not simple enough. It's not direct. It's really very simple, based Mediterranean food. It doesn't really fall into the ethnic category most people think it does.
Full disclosure, Michael's involved with one of my favorite restaurants in New York City here, Mia Donna, real near our world headquarters. But now you're on the Upper West Side working in this interesting economy. When you have a restaurant and you make a new restaurant and you go to Fishtag, there's the logo, folks, Upper West Side, soon to be in a city near you. Fishtag, okay, great. What's the number one research item you have about the diner today? What's the thing you need to meet? What's the need you need to meet today?
I think it's always been the same. I think the buzzword is always value. It's just that value changes depending on what the economy is. And I think today value means a little bit less expensive. It doesn't necessarily equate itself to the dining experience in terms of you're paying X amount and you're receiving this much dollar amount value. Today, I think with the economy a little bit slower, I think what we're looking at is the price points are very important to today's market. You have to fall within the right price point in order for you to generate the volume you're looking for.
My take is restaurants are packed. Do I have that right?
I think they are. I think New York City, in general, really didn't see a huge fall. I mean, we saw in our restaurants a slight decrease, but it wasn't as much as, say, the one we have in Miami. I have a restaurant in Miami as well. Saw a much bigger decrease in Miami than we did here in New York City. I think New York, in and of itself, kind of removes itself from the rest of the country. We have our own little economy going.
What's your biggest cost headache right now? Is it
labor, product? You know, everything else has gone up. Real estate's kind of the only thing that dipped a little bit down for us, so the monthly costs are a little bit less. But
roasted salmon, $22. Greek salad, white anchovy vinaigrette. Where do you get your salmon from?
These are, you know, Atlantic salmon, in order for us to keep the price points where we need them to be.
Dumb question of the day. Is an Atlantic salmon in the West Atlantic the same as an Atlantic salmon in the East Atlantic?
It depends. You know, fish really, it's more about how cold the waters are. Because the colder the water, the more fat they have, then the more sort of texture they're going to have when you start cooking them.
Right. Cooking. Let's look at a chart. Fish, expensive. Here's Norway salmon from the Bloomberg. We've got every data point on the Bloomberg. This is Norway Eastern Atlantic salmon. There's that ugliness in 06, that ugliness in 09, but now there's a persistency to this new high price in fish. This is the theme we've done for years with Bloomberg on the economy. Are we running out of fish?
I think, you know, I don't know if we're running out of fish. I just think that it's getting harder for us to get them. And I think that there are more controls yearly that are being implemented. And as those controls are implemented, it makes it tougher on the fishing industry, and they pass those costs over on to us.
Oh, look at this B-roll we got going here. We're like the restaurant B-roll. This is Japan. This is, you know, like I think of the fancy tuna and the fancy beef. Are we being stupid with our money now? Do you see a comeback of, you know, $200 bottles of champagne or whatever? Are we being frugal, as David Rosenberg would put it? Are you beginning to see stupid banker money?
You know, I know David. I don't think we're there yet. I think we're probably 3 to 5 years before we get to that point, truthfully.
Back to the stupid money.
You know, I think that when you go out and you spend that much money, I think it's corporate America that has to do that. The average individual's not going out.
The guys from Blue Ribbon, the two brothers of Blue Ribbon downtown, they finally went into Vegas after they got the right real estate. Can you get the better real estate now? Has real estate gotten sensible, that underpinning to a successful restaurant operation?
Like I said, I think that's where the value is today, and I think the good restaurateur is going out there and planting the seed. And he's planting the seed in the real estate. Bring
up that chart if you could, guys. I know we're going to bring up this chart here. This is a great chart. Surprised me. Food away from home. It's an elegant chart. Food away from home is a white line, just persistently higher. Michael's headache there, and food home is really leveled out. I would suggest to busy New Yorkers you can eat out, and you can come pretty close to what it costs to do it at home if you've got the time.
I'm going to say it's less.
Eat out is less.
I'm going to say it's less. I think today you could eat out for less, especially in a city like New York.
Michael, thank you so much. The restaurant is Fishtag. Michael Psilakis with us here as we look at. Read this. We got to go to this. The book is Cod. Michael Kurlansky. We're all fish. It's a great little short, well-written book. We're going to come back. Surveillance Midday. We're all cod.